Hello everyone, and welcome to our Discovery series on Africa's craziest. In today's video, we are looking at 10 European destinations with the most pickpocketing. Before we get started, kindly click on the subscription button and notification bell to be notified each time we put up a new video. Also, remember to like, comment, and share if you find the video interesting. As people prepare for summer travel, safety remains vital for many travelers. Some might be a little rusty after not traveling internationally during the pandemic, making them wonder how they can make sure their valuables are safe. With European destinations such as London, Paris, and Rome trending during the summer, research has shown that thousands of travelers said that they experienced petty theft while visiting Europe's top destinations in its European Pickpocketing Index. Iconic attractions like the Eiffel Tower in Paris and the Trevi Fountain in Rome are particularly popular with pickpockets as they can move more inconspicuously amongst larger crowds. Below are the European countries with the most pickpocketing mentions. 10. Poland. Pickpocketing and bag snatching are common in tourist landmarks and crowded areas. Be vigilant at all times, and never leave your belongings in plain sight. Be careful in crowded areas, in railway and bus stations, and especially in public transport, since pickpockets often work in teams and create artificial crowds around tourists in order to steal from them, or try to distract people as a trick to pick their pockets. Contactless payments are very popular in Poland, and as such, if you have a card with that capability, be sure to keep it really safe. It is a highly valuable item to steal as you can use contactless payments under 50 PLN without needing to provide a PIN, and that can be done multiple times. The same goes for credit cards. Keep those cards really close. Stealing from backpacks, especially in crowded areas, can happen. Do not put your wallet or money there. Heavier items are safer, as you will obviously notice a sudden decrease in weight, but I recommend caution anyway. I use a backpack with 2 zippers, and when traveling by train, I tie them with shoelace. Any pickpocket will prefer to find an easier target. Always keep your wallet in your jacket or shirt pocket at the front, near your chest. Pickpockets usually steal from back pockets. Keeping yours near you will make you a difficult target to bother. In general, keeping in front already makes you a more difficult target, and pickpockets pick easier targets. 9. Ireland. A lot of people visit Ireland each year. And there is a good reason why they do it. It is an excellent country worth seeing. There are pickpockets in Ireland. Pickpockets in Ireland are found mostly in larger cities like Dublin. It is rare to encounter pickpockets in small, rural Irish towns or villages. The rates of pickpocketing and other petty crimes in Ireland are relatively low and not as bad compared to some other countries. The levels of pickpocketing in Ireland are not as bad as many may think. Although there are some petty thefts and crimes, the overall crime rates are low compared to many other countries, and the odds of being a victim of pickpocketing are very low. The Republic of Ireland ranks 9th, with only 30 pickpocketing mentions per million visitors. Like any big city, Dublin has pickpockets. They may pretend to bump into you in crowded areas such as main streets and train stations. Keep your valuables safe, either back at your hotel or well concealed on your person, and be aware of your surroundings. If you rent a car in Dublin, we recommend Discover Cars. Keep belongings left in the vehicle out of sight. 8. Turkey. Like all large cities with tourist attractions, Istanbul certainly has its share of pickpockets who always target tourists. Their favorite spots are the well-known sites, restaurants, shops, and public transport. The areas where the risk is greatest include Taksim Square, the Grand Bazaar, and the Spice Market. Be really careful and ensure your bag is kept tightly closed. Hold it tightly close to you at all times. It is best not to carry too much cash around. It will be far safer in the hotel. Some people like to wear cross-body bags or traveler's belts under their clothes, as both make it harder for pickpockets. There have been occasional reports of tourists being mugged for their passports. To ensure there is no risk of this happening, it is best to leave your passport in the hotel safe. Istanbul is safe to visit as long as you're vigilant and use common sense in most cases. 7. Portugal. The popular number 28 tram and the older versions of the number 15 tram from Cais do Souter to Belém are particularly prone to pickpocketing, though care also needs to be taken on Lisbon's often crowded buses and subway. The trams carry warnings for passengers about the dangers of pickpockets who target tourists rather than locals, often posing as tourists themselves. Victims' wallets are usually removed in the crowded rush to get on the tram, or while standing, passengers are being shaken around as the trams clank through the narrow, twisting streets of the historic Alfama district. The pickpockets usually work as a team, often a couple, with the victim's wallet usually quickly transferred between them. The thieves often target people with children, who are an added distraction for parents traveling through the city. If you are robbed in Lisbon, the first thing to do is to report the incident to the Tourist Police, PSP, in Placa Restauradores. It is located next door to the large tourism office, Turismo, in the same Palacio Foz building. Although Lisbon is not in the same league as Barcelona for pickpocketing, with the port city in Spain having a staggering daily average of around 300 pickpocketing cases a day, the problem is still acute and remains largely unaddressed by the authorities. 6. Spain. Barcelona has the worst reputation when it comes to pickpockets. Some even go to the extent of calling Barcelona the pickpocket capital of the world. But trust me, it's not that bad. So why are there so many horrific Barcelona pickpocket stories out there? Generally, Madrid is a very safe city. Returning to your hotel in the middle of the night by walking or taking a taxi will not get you into trouble. You are welcome to wander the city at any time of day or night with no risk of unpleasant encounters. This being said, you should always keep a very close eye on your wallet, phone, camera, and any other valuables. Don't panic, no one will assault you in an attempt to relieve you of your belongings, but there is a very high chance you can be pickpocketed in a very subtle way, in the middle of the day, surrounded by your friends and family and in the company of your local private guide. 5. Greece. Although Greece is a safe place to visit, there have been occasional stories of pickpockets swiping personal belongings, such as a wallet, from out of your pocket or even directly from a purse, without the owner of the wallet even knowing. It's disconcerting when it happens, but it is usually quiet. People usually don't even realize that their personal belongings have been taken. The good news for us is that this type of situation is completely preventable. With some simple adjustments and tweaks, you can keep yourself and your whole family safe when you go to Greece. The pickpockets of Athens are waiting for their victims, the tourists. Actually, they arrive in increasing numbers every day now, loaded with money and their heads full of ideas about Greek history, determined to track down the very roots of our civilization. In today's Athens, this combination can be ruinous. 4. Germany. Tourists in particular are welcome victims of pickpockets in Berlin. Their carelessness makes it easy for pickpockets to steal smartphones, credit cards, and cash. Pickpockets' favorite places are busy squares, shopping arcades, public transportation, and events. Jostling and pushing are the most common tricks they use to catch their prey. Valuables such as important documents, credit cards, cash, and keys should never be stowed in your jacket or back pocket. Handbags and backpacks are also easy prey for pickpockets. It is better to store valuables in inside pockets, front trouser pockets, or pouches worn across the torso. These are more difficult for pickpockets to access. Some main areas you will need to keep a lookout for are Alexanderplatz in Berlin as well as parks in Kreuzberg. Stealing from people dining at a cafe or restaurant is common in Berlin. Never leave your bag unattended hanging on the back of a chair or casually leave your wallet/purse on the table. 3. Netherlands. As with any major city, it's important to remain vigilant and aware of pickpockets while in Amsterdam. This is especially important while attending major events like King's Day, Amsterdam Pride, and New Year's Eve, when the city's bars, cafes, and public spaces are more crowded than usual and offer a happy hunting ground for petty criminals. Having your belongings stolen is a distressing experience for anyone, so don't let pickpockets spoil your fun. Especially in the tram, the metro, and down at the train station. As a tourist, you're often just focused on finding your stop. Watching all your belongings at the same time can be difficult. Pickpockets love to take this opportunity to lift your wallet from your back pocket. Markets are a great way to explore the local culture. However, bag snatchers know tourists love to visit certain events and markets, too. As you can imagine, it's a lot easier to grab a purse in busy areas than on an empty street. 2. France. Paris is known for its glamour, its cuisine, its romance, and, of course, its fashion. Unfortunately, it is also known for its pickpockets. The city attracts over 33 million tourists a year, so it's no mystery why it's a hotspot for sticky fingers. Recently, the French police dismantled a family-run pickpocket ring that was stealing up to €4,000 a day at our beloved Eiffel Tower by employing tried-and-true strategies that afforded them to live luxuriously off of tourists' hard-earned vacation money. There is never enough time to truly discover Paris. From the breathtaking sights of the Eiffel Tower, Arc de la Triomphe, the Louvre, and the Sacré-Cœur to the romantic walkways along the Seine River or narrow streets on Side Island, there are many reasons for travelers to explore Paris beyond the city limits. Because there is a large concentration of museums, monuments, and parks in close proximity, it creates the perfect hunting ground for petty thieves and pickpockets in Paris. The following tourist sites are frequented by pickpockets and other thieves: Madeleine, Arc de Triomphe, Champs, Sacre, L'Opéra, Georges Pompidou Center, Porte de Clignancourt Flea Market, and the Eiffel Tower. 1. Italy. As the summer tourist season in different Italian cities reaches its peak, travelers from around the world keep being warned of pickpockets. Popular destinations in Italy, such as Venice, Rome, and Florence, have become hotspots for pickpockets, and for this reason, everyone has been called to remain vigilant so they do not fall prey to these incidents. Schengen Visa Info. Com reports. As the Italian law enforcement authorities have explained, the number of reported pickpocketing cases has increased significantly this summer, leaving many tourists with a bad experience in the country. The pickpockets, who, in most cases, work in organized groups, operate in areas with crowds, such as museums, public transport stations, and popular landmarks. They choose such places because they can easily blend in and snatch the belongings of tourists without being detected. Remain vigilant. Keep your valuables safe, as in literally keeping them in the hotel safe. Travel with a secure bag with zippers that stays close to you, such as a crossbody bag or money belt. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and why not share it with your network. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video on some of the craziest things in the world.